Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I totally now get why people would be upset with me, if they don't have a chance to go famous or they don't have a chance to be happy with money, at least. I mean, people are happy in general, but I can totally see why people might be very upset with me because they can see that I'm very, very good and I'm going to go far. But I really don't. That's all up to, obviously I worked very hard and I had to overcome many obstacles. I mean, a lot of people really try to make you feel small and make you feel like you're not important and not valued. And so, I really feel like because I went worked through that and saw past that, I will get to my fame and riches eventually. But you know, the thing is, people that are not doing well, they don't feel like it's unfair or that, they feel like it's unfair, but they don't feel like they have to necessarily stop criticizing or being rude or whatever because they don't feel like they are going to get to the same places that I might or somebody else that's going to be famous. So they get really jealous and upset and they have a hard time with it and they'll stop at anything to make you feel bad about it. But I mean, really, I totally get why a person would make a negative comment. I mean, if they don't have good looks or they don't have potential to get riches like I know I will, then they're going to say a negative comment in hopes that I feel like that negative comment is going to strike me or I'm going to feel like, hey, that's terrible, why, it must be true, and then I stop. But no one's that, like, some people are that, would stop, but I never would because I know how good I am. But yeah, so I totally get where people are coming from. I totally understand that not everyone is going to be rich and do really, really well. And so I totally understand why people might be like, well, I'm upset. You have all this, so you have all this potential. But, I mean, to some extent, isn't that partly people's responsibility to manage their own success and to try to strive for more? I mean, obviously, I have a very naturally good look that can get me further than a lot of other people, but I mean, people can go famous even if they're not good looking. So I really feel like it's a lost cause, and it's a debate that no one can ever win and no one can ever see the end of. But really, it's just like you're just like, okay, like honestly, I'm not doing anything to you. I never would. But people don't see that me doing nothing to them is really effective when they see that I have a lot of potential. But these are people that obviously you wouldn't really have anything in common with because they are not successful and they are jealous to the point where they fight you out for it. Not fight you out for it, but just have a hard time with you for it. So, it's like, well, how fair is that? I mean, I'm very nice and I try to be very understanding. But, obviously they see my potential as threatening, and I totally understand that. Now, for the most part, most of it's harmless. I mean, most people don't really focus on that really that much. Or they see me and they're jealous and they might say something, but they're not really that upset. They're happy in their own lives. But I'm just like, I totally understand where people are coming from when they might be upset with me, but I'm like, well, it's not something that I had the choice of. I was very lucky to have my looks. But I mean, the thing is, I work very hard to stay thin. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that if they worked on their looks or worked on some kind of creativity plan or whatever, they would be just as successful as I am. So anyway, and I'm not even successful yet, but they know that I'm going to be very successful. Anyway, I don't like to say stuff like that because I really don't feel like it's something that people should feel bad about and that's not always true. There are some people that are not successful that can really praise someone and really feel good about someone's successes even if they're not going to be successful and they see that you are. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye now. Or that you're going to be.